Hello and welcome again to hogaNs Healthy Kitchen. This is a continuation video from our Carob Walnut Brownie. I promised you I was going to teach you how to make the carob syrup once your Carob Walnut Brownie was dehydrated. If you'll just look over here at my Carob Walnut Brownie, this has been dehydrated both sides now for 6 hours each, as in the video. We're going to make the carob syrup now, and we're going to top it with the carob syrup, and then I have a special surprise at the end for you. Okay, so what is in our carob syrup recipe? The first thing we have is 2 cups of dates that have been soaked and then pitted. Very important to pit your dates. Next we have 3 cups of filtered or distilled water over here. Next we have a 3/4 cup coconut butter that I've shown in earlier videos. I think it was in the in the Carob Walnut Brownie video. I showed you what coconut butter I use. Very pure, 100% healthy and organic. Next we have our 1.5 cups of raw honey, clover flavor. We have our teaspoon. Be careful not to make a tablespoon. It's a teaspoon of sea salt, fine. And 2 cups of carob powder. And then we have a vanilla powder, which comes from the vanilla bean. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is put in our dates into our Vitamix blender. They've been pitted. Next we go with our water, distilled or filter. Spring water is also okay, but distilled water is the best if you can get your hands on it. There's 3 cups of that. Next we have our coconut butter. Depending on which season you're in, you might have to melt your coconut butter just before you use it, like we've had to do here. Because when it's cold, the temperature will force it to go solid, and in summer it will be liquid all the time. Okay, so there's our coconut butter. Next we're going to put in our fine sea salt, a teaspoon, not a tablespoon. And lastly our vanilla powder. Okay, we're going to blend this all up, and then we're going to add the carob. Make sure your Vitamix top is on securely. Okay. Okay, now that we've got that all blended into one, we're going to stick in the carob. Just a pre-warning here, this mixture can get pretty thick if you don't have a strong blender. The Vitamix should handle it. We're going to see. But if you don't have a strong blender, what you might want to do is split all your ingredients in half before you add the carob. Let's just add the honey before we do. Very important part of the ingredient here is the honey. This is raw clover flavor honey. Okay, get as much of the honey as you can out. Okay, let's just blend it one more time to get the honey inside. Make sure your Vitamix top is on securely. Okay, just a reminder again, you can check the consistency of your mixture with your Vitamix spindle. You just push it in and pull it out and see if you're happy with the consistency. Okay. And in goes our carob powder. 2 cups of carob powder. Vitamix should handle this all. But like I said earlier, if you don't have a Vitamix, feel free to split the ingredients in half and do them half at a time. Okay. Okay. You might have to just whip the blender top off for a moment, pushing all the different ingredients together. Sometimes they stick to the side and you can't work it with the top on. So just make sure you get everything into the mixture, that nothing's dry or being left out. Okay. Okay. Now that we've got everything in our mixture here, put the top back on securely. Okay, fire up. Okay, that should be it. This is our carob syrup. Looks yummy. Okay. Okay. So there's our carob syrup, how it looks in the jug. What we're going to do now is pour it onto our carob walnut brownie. This, you can see, is a lot of the mixture, so you're not going to use as much as you like, but I would think that I'm only going to use maybe a quarter to half of this. And I'm going to spread it across my walnut brownie here, and then the surprise. Okay. Okay, let's just see how much that mixture is going to make for us. I'm doing it in a circular pattern, so that's the way my brownie looks, but you can do it whichever way you choose. Make sure that the mixture is even across the brownie though. That's important, so everybody gets a fair share of the sauce. Make sure to get it on the sides too, is very important. All across the sides. I know this is going to taste just as yummy as it looks. This is one of my favorite desserts while I was learning how to do this healthy, raw living lifestyle. Okay, so that looks like our carob walnut brownie has been topped. Now for the special ingredient. We cannot do the special ingredient, you're going to have to cut it there. Why? Because we need our blender. And our blender is occupied. So give me a minute, I'll be back and I'll show you how to do the ice cream in just 1 second. Thank you and see you soon.